Welcome to this explainer covering Chapter 14 of the 15-part tutorial, Modern AI Storage and Architectural Guide. This comes to us from Virtualization Options LLC, a fantastic Colorado-based technology, research, and advisory organization. Today, we're pivoting away from pure architecture and diving headfirst into the brutal economics of scaling large language model inference fleets. Because, let's be honest, building the system is the easy part. Running it without bankrupting your entire company? Now that is the real challenge.
And this is literally the multi-million-dollar question keeping IT directors awake at night. As AI agents get smarter and long context models demand just unprecedented resources, the tension between maximizing raw performance and controlling your total cost of ownership, your TCO, has become the ultimate infrastructure challenge. We all want our AI to be blazingly fast, but it absolutely has to be economically viable too.
All right, so here is our agenda to help you strike that balance. First, scaling LLM inference economics. Second, the 3 strategic pillars. Third, navigating AI data gravity. Fourth, storage to compute ratios. And finally, number 5, continuity and data protection. Let's start with Section 1, scaling LLM inference economics. Looking at the broader economic landscape here, you quickly realize that a single type of storage just isn't going to cut it for next-generation AI agents. You really have to build a cohesive ecosystem. And that means you're balancing ultra-fast, ultra-expensive high-bandwidth memory, or HBM, with local NVMe and highly scalable Ethernet-attached flash. Add vector databases into the mix, and yeah, it's a giant puzzle. But integrating these seamlessly, that is the only way your inference fleet stays both scalable and cost-effective. Moving right along to Section 2, the 3 strategic pillars. So, to achieve that perfect balance without overspending, Chapter 14 introduces a really structured framework built on 3 foundational pillars: navigating data gravity, optimizing storage to compute ratios, and robust execution continuity modeling. If you can master these 3 things, you can right-size your AI infrastructure and seriously slash your operational expenses, all without starving your expensive GPUs of the data they constantly crave. Next up, Section 3, navigating AI data gravity. Okay, we need to confront a fundamental physical reality in AI right now, and that is data gravity. Think about it just like physical gravity drawing objects together. Massive AI data sets create their own attractive force. Moving petabytes of data across your network, it creates severe bottlenecks and absolutely skyrockets your network tools. So the economic takeaway here is simple. You have to design architectures where the compute happens as close to the data as physically possible, rather than paying massive fees to move heavy data all around your network. All right, Section 4, storage to compute ratios. Now, if you want to avoid the massive financial headache of over-provisioning hardware, the absolute secret here is disaggregation. Historically, a server came with fixed compute and fixed storage, but AI workloads, they are incredibly variable. By separating your storage from your compute, you can scale them completely independently. This means you avoid the trap of buying expensive local NVMe for every single node when a shared, disaggregated pool would do the exact same job. This table really hits the nail on the head when it comes to sizing rules. Look at how specific these purposes are. NVMe local storage, that is strictly for maximizing the throughput of your hot, active data to minimize GPU idle time, and it's sized right there at the node level. Parallel file systems, on the other hand, act as cost-effective shared storage for your warm datasets. By strategically tiering your data like this, you keep the GPUs perfectly fed while leveraging much cheaper shared storage for the bulk of your active data. And finally, Section 5, continuity and data protection. We absolutely have to address the catastrophic costs of downtime here, because in the world of AI, time is literally money, right? We have to carefully weigh the economic trade-offs of our data protection mechanisms. Specifically, we're evaluating traditional RAID setups against the efficiency of erasure coding. So traditional RAID distributes your data across multiple disks, but let's look at what that actually does to your wallet. RAID 0 maximizes performance, sure, but it offers 0 redundancy. It's a complete gamble. RAID 1 protects your data perfectly through mirroring, but it eats up 50% of your raw capacity. Think about that for a second. When you are buying petabytes of incredibly expensive flash storage, losing half of it just to mirroring is a painful financial hit. And while RAID 5, 6, and 10 try to find a balance, they still carry significant capacity and performance overheads when you scale them up to modern AI proportions. On the flip side, we have erasure coding. And honestly, this presents a fascinating alternative. It's frequently utilized in large-scale object storage architectures because it gives you a far more capacity-efficient way to protect massive amounts of data. Instead of just mirroring entire datasets, it uses mathematical equations to break data into fragments, expanding and encoding it with redundant pieces. It gives you phenomenal resilience at a fraction of the capacity cost of traditional RAID 1 mirroring. It is an absolute game changer for controlling your TCO at scale.
So, the crucial point to take away from all this: optimizing your total cost of ownership is not about finding one magical storage box. As the source material clearly outlines, it's about integrating diverse memory types. You have to strategically tier across HBM, local NVMe, Ethernet-attached flash, and object storage with erasure coding. It is this cohesive architectural integration that is ultimately going to keep your inference fleet running smoothly, continuously, and, most importantly, profitably.
Which leaves us with one final kind of provocative thought for you to consider for your own deployments. As data gravity inevitably increases, and as these models demand ever larger context windows, how exactly will your infrastructure evolve? Are you going to be able to keep up with the relentless pace of AI innovation without letting it completely break your IT budget? Hopefully, by applying these principles from Chapter 14, you'll be well on your way to building an architecture that scales in both performance and economic efficiency.